Hi everyone, it's a little bit zoomed in at the moment, but that's because today's video is going to be me playing around with the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette to see what I create. So this is the palette. Ignore my nails, still haven't taken my nail polish off. And I'm just going to have a quick play around, see what I create. If you want to see the finished look, please keep watching. I'm not entirely sure as to what I'm going to do yet, but I think I'm going to start out with a Morphe R37 brush and take the shade Potion right here. My eyelid is primed with concealer already, so I'm just going to take a generous amount of that shadow on my brush and just put that straight into my crease, and this will probably end up going a bit higher depending what colours I use. So this is also like my first impressions of these shadows because I haven't used any of them yet. I've used Jaclyn's two other palettes, but I've never used these ones, so we'll find out how they perform and see if I like them. I'm already really liking this shade. Yeah, so like I said, I've taken that higher, like I thought I would, just because lower down here I'm going to probably add some darker shades. I'm really liking the look of Busted, which is a dark, like royal blue shade here. I'm just building this khaki green potion up until I'm satisfied with how pigmented it is. I'm loving this shade. This was one of the palettes that I was most excited to get in this collection. I know they've been out for a little while, but I just hadn't got around to getting them. As you can probably tell, I'm using quite a light hand, holding it right at the end so I'm not pressing too hard. I'm just doing circular and windshield wiper motions just to help buff those edges and make it nice and blended right. Yeah, liking how that looks. So now I do think I am going to go in with Busted, just to see how that's going to work with this khaki green on my eyelid already. I'm going to take a smaller brush, my Morphe 321 brush, and that's much smaller so I can get right into that crease. Again, I've only put a little bit on my brush to begin with, just because I don't know the pigmentation of these quite yet. So that's going in my crease and slightly above, so that when I open my eye you'll still be able to see that blue shade. I am going to cut the crease. Change the mirrors to the palette mirror. My one's a bit dirty at the moment, I need to get that clean. Sorry about that, my mum just came in so I had to quickly pause the video. I haven't done any more though. So I've got a bit more on my brush and I'm just going to go in and deepen that colour up. My placement still isn't great for a camera, but I think it's better than what I've done before, so I'm hoping it is at least. Also ignore my phone going off because that's what I film on, so. And if you can hear dogs, we have 3 dogs and there's also dogs that live back there. So there's always dogs barking around here. So I'm just using the same Morphe M321 brush to help blend that blue and that khaki together. And then I'm going back in with the R37 brush with a bit more of potion just to help buff out those edges even more. I've lost a little bit of the pigmentation here as I was buffing out, so I'm just going to pop a bit more in there, deepen that back up again. More on my brush again, and same thing. And again my R37 just to buff the edges once more. Yeah, so I'm happy with how that's looking. I'm then going to grab my Jaclyn Hill JH41 brush and pack on Trickery right here onto the outer corner. Again, like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just having a bit of a play about to see how these shadows perform. That is a gorgeous shade. That pigmentation is incredible. So this is a shimmer shade and I haven't sprayed my brush or anything. Popular today, my phone never goes off this much. Back in with my M321 brush with the shade Busted again, that blue shade, just to help buff out the edges of Trickery that we've just applied. Almost went in with the wrong shade. Bringing a bit down here just to buff out those edges as well. Ooh, got a bit down here now. That's fine, I'll clean that up shortly with the cotton bud. And now R37 with that khaki potion shade now. Just extending the potion out here a little bit more. Now I am going to take my Peaches and Cream PC53 brush with a bit of concealer. Everyone does this differently, how they cut their crease. I just always just go in with concealer over the top of the shadow that's already there, and that works fine for me, but you can use cotton bud or Vaseline or makeup remover or whatever to do this same thing. This brush is angled, so I always have to try and figure out which side I have it, and I actually did the wrong side. Typical. carving out the shape that I like. Patting along that edge just to blend Trickery and the concealer together a little bit. So now I'm going to take my Acid Rain P. Louise flat shadow brush with Power Cut, this beautiful silver shade. And I'm not going to spray to begin with, I'm just going to see how it works without wetting my brush. Now I've tried it without wetting my brush. It does look beautiful, but I also want to see what it looks like when I wet the brush too. So let's give this a spritz with my Urban Decay All-Nighter. I just got setting spray all over my mirror. Right, now dipping back into Power Cut and seeing. Oh yeah. That's just intensified it that bit more. Right, now I'm going to take my M321 brush again, grab a little bit of Busted and start smoking out the lower lash line. If you see me looking that direction, it's because I have another mirror there. Oh, I love this colour. It's just something about blues. And again with the R37 and Potion, just going to just take that ever so slightly lower and help buff that out. By no means is this a subtle look, but I am loving it. I love these shadows, they perform really well. I am, however, going to take Busted slightly higher here and just round that out a bit more in the centre, like so. Personally, I wouldn't use any of these shades for a inner or brow bone highlight, so I will find something else. But now I'm going to add a brow bone and inner corner highlight, some lashes and brows, and I will be back and I will let you know what I use. So I've added a brow, a lash, some black eyeliner into my waterline, and some brow bone and inner corner highlight, and here is the finished look. I love how this came out. I think it's just, those colours work so well together. For my inner and brow bone highlight, I used the Almond and Gorgeous palette, and I used the shade VIP. But overall, I think this look came out really nice. The pigments are so easy to blend. I think I used 5 different shades from this palette. So I used Power Cut, Trickery, Busted and Potion. Oh no, I used 4, but I think that came out really nicely. I'm really pleased with how this looked. Hope you enjoyed watching. Thanks, bye!